Let's try to like one person and we all like. It's a good one. Tap right. Hey, running the book. Williams, people like a lot of them came out. They keep eye, one on my name, came a bike. Deal. Kami te ia na patanga para na kaupa. Jalo. E kira o ki te kaupa para rake. Ia mai te korowai. Take. Kaupa. Pai na te wachi hara. Pai nei. Rere iwa. Nei wa mātari. Tama a kreis. Ai wōpea mātou I wai tōturi a mātou mai ka tōku pēa mai ka kāra mātou. Ka wai kōri a mātou ki kau kōri me kimata. Me mai, me whakochi o te kia. Gai mātou te raka tōtau. Pēa ata waitia nei mātou tine ngā.
Amen. Thank you. Ora. I can see we can lead them on too. Thank you for that. Very privileged. I'm going to hand it over to Councillor Peterson for a reply.
I can see a little bit sorry about we sitting with our backs to you, but that's how we see it now. So, being part of a community is much more than living somewhere and belonging to something. It's about doing something together that makes belonging matter. Our unity and our strength and our diversity is our power.
Sure. Thank you. All right, we'll hopefully be finished well before lunchtime today, so no lunch has been ordered. And we've got one apology from Councillor Nelson. I'll move that. Second of it, Lexi. All those in favour? He said he'd shout at the next meeting. Any decorations and of interest in today's meeting? No. And we've got no people to speak in the public forum today. So we'll move on to confirmation of minutes on page 4. I'll move that. Sorry, can I have a seconder, please? Didn't spot anything? Can anyone spot anything?
On page 5. Orders costs. $19,000, that's not right.
Well, that's what they said.
That's what they see.
Well,
I did question him.
we
I was holding him to it. Yeah.
He actually said 1,000, not 100, by the way. So he completely got that wrong. But anyway, just at the start, we got that we in the public forum last time. We had Dr. Wilson talking about the signs. So yeah, we've had a bit of progress on that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. All those in favour? Against? Thank you. Move on to page 18. Risk insurance meeting. Yep. Tom, second that. Happy with it? How they are? You do everything okay? Just receiving them. So all those in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you. Move on to page 28. Yep. Councillor Brooks. I'll second it. Any matters of correctness in there? Okay, thank you. No other comments? We'll vote on that. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against, carried. Thank you. Move on to page 32. Coast Community Board. Yep. Second now. Matters of correctness or anything you want to point out? Councillor Kimura?
Was just waiting for, he was talking about the private roads, at that one end, we just waiting for those, that information to come back to us for the next post community board meeting.
Okay, thank you. Just leave them on, just remember their lives there. We'll move it. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against, carried, thank you. Turn the wheels off. Page 40. Transport. Reasonable Transport Committee. It's quite a nice day. We had confirmation that the federal is funded, so it's yeah, it's that. Yeah. And another one that fixed us a little bit. I mean, there was quite a bit of discussion on the Pikatani Bridge and possible second bridge in Whakatane, which does affect our community enough. I'll move this one if I can have a second, please.
Second.
Any questions on this?
I just want to highlight to everyone that I went to the local branch shaking. I raised the issue of the bridge at Matakirapa because the roundabout's pretty high, but they're not going to change the bridge. And the chair was gone to Gisborne and talked to the Gisborne Council, and they were doing a project, and I doing a project in relation to resilience from basically from Tarouga through to Gisborne because of the floods and the fact that they were cut off. And so there's a project underway that we might have to get involved in a little bit, I think, in relation to resilience of roads, so that if a major event happens, that we've got a pathway not only to us but right through to Gisborne. So I just highlight that's work in progress. Apparently, when we find out more, I'll let everyone know. But it's actually a Gisborne councillor doing the.
And that was the follow on when they did inquire on Gabriel too. But Therapy was highlighted as an issue. And just you know, the roads through Whakatane and Toriki, they go to Gisborne, and the fuel for Gisborne comes from the mount via Gisborne. So those roads are all very important.
I just don't think people realise how many, like through here, for instance, how many trucks go through here.
The very right, and that's the importance of that. The local safety committee.
I was right with the representative and said that basically they're not going to fix the bridge, then they're still going to flood, so it's going to be an issue. I don't think they will.
We'll get the roundabout and the teardrop, and then we'll hammer it on for the next one, okay? All right. Any other?
Neil, just drove around through Waimana and Taniara the other day, and that road's getting actually shocking, the potholes in that road. It's horrendous. So hopefully they start maintaining that as well.
I'm not sure we drove the Pikatane Bridge because it makes the roads look quite good.
Yeah,
I think they've actually done some work on it, and it's gone back to normal.
it's got backwards recently.
Yeah.
That is something that's always highlighted. Unfortunately, like every government department, they've got no funding. They're doing the best that they can. So we're very lucky to have those couple of projects underway. So keep up that good work in that road safety committee meeting, because that's really important one that feeds into this regional transport committee. Gavin had a very good presentation, and so did but all right, so all those in favour?
Aye.
Thanks. Thank you. And I'll move on to the mayoral report. Not sure where the months go, but there's all highlights in there. Anzac Days were special, and I was assured the CEO is actually going to be performing next year. He had a rain check this one, but he did play. He's assured me that he'll be performing next year, so that's great.
Yes, through the chair, my neighbours were getting sick of my horrendous trumpet playing. But I have a lot more time to practice ahead of fun.
I'll move this if I can a second, and I just want to.
Yep.
One of the massive highlights was the drop-in session at Te Kaha. The last parking spot at the RSA, that was I rocked in there, and I was a little bit late. I had a good excuse. And then, yeah, I'll touch on Mayor's task force for jobs later on. I'll talk about that meeting another day. I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? Aye. Okay, so carried. Thank you. Move on to page 54. Coast Guard building lease. We'll hand it over to the Parks and Reserves. I'll move this if I can have a seconder, please.
Okay, it's pretty straightforward, report that I've put forward here. I'll take it as read what's gone forward in that, but it's really just putting up a new lease for the Coast Guard on the existing site. So it's an existing footprint for a length of time that they'll be able to get some funding. At the moment, they've only got 3 years left, and there's no security for them to come forward and to seek the funding. So, subject to council has already approved that site for them when they adopted the master plan, and so that was the site. Considered the options that the Coast Guard had looked at, and said they would go through and get a report back to council about the lease we'll put together here. So the only proviso that came through and discussed at the property advisory group was to have a clause in there that the council wouldn't be held liable if the Coast Guard folded and that building, because it's in the inundation zone and that through there, happened to get flooded or wiped out, and somehow they wouldn't be able to do that. The New Zealand Coast Guard's already indicated that they will step in, and we're just awaiting a letter that hasn't arrived yet, but they'll be sending a letter in just confirming that they will step into those and take that responsibility. So other than that, unless there's any questions in that, it's pretty straightforward is what was put forward. So as I reiterate, it's for the existing footprint, the existing building. Any issues when it comes to building on enlarging the lease area, and that'll come back in a separate report with council, and the first thing will be just enabled to move forward and to develop up their plans and to work on securing some funding for that site where it is.
Thank you. Yep. Well, we're in a minute. Yep. Oh, good.
But yeah, this just gives the Coast Guard certainty moving forward, so they can. It's pretty much on hold at the moment for fundraising that. So just allow them to move forward with fundraising and finishing plans and that, and pretty positive on it.
Yep. Thank you. So no other discussion. You just happy to do the vote on it?
Yeah.
Yep. And you're happy with option?
Option one.
Option one. Right. Yep. I'll just put it to the vote. No other questions? All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. Thank you very much. Move on to page 73. What have been master plan information? I'll move this if I can have a seconder, please. And I'll hand it over to Wyatt.
I'm looking at that. I will report.
Yep, that's fine.
Thank you.
So I'll take the report as read and I'd like to provide a bit of background context to the master plan. And happy to take any questions after that. Michael's here to answer any technical questions that may arise, and so is Gary for support as well. So the purpose of the master plan is to provide strategic framework and guidance for future development in the Waiho Bay area. It responds to both opportunities and challenges in the area, especially around tourism, infrastructure, environmental impacts, and community amenity. So engagement took place between August 2023 with public drop-in sessions, surveys, and direct engagement with Te Whānau Pararaki, the Waiho Bay Fishing Club, NZTA, DOC, and also the Coast Community Board. The engagement continued throughout 2024 and 2025, refining the plan in partnership with Hapu and community. So it's a community-led vision. And with council support, we can now bring it to life. The key themes for the consultation included traffic and parking concerns, especially during peak seasons. So when fishing tournaments and things like that are on. So demand for improved boating facilities, road safety and traffic calming, environmental and waste management, public amenity upgrades like the toilet, signage and playgrounds, which was removed. But, you know, that was in the initial consultation. So I'd like to thank everyone who contributed to the master plan, especially our Hapu members that are here today, and our Waiho Bay community. There's some key features in the plan. In the final concept, they include improved and safer boat launching facilities, dedicated trailer parking and overflow zones, upgraded jetty and public toilets, cultural entry features and signage, safer road layouts, pedestrian crossings and speed calming throughout that area. Enhance community amenities to local and visitors alike. So that's some background to the report. If there are any technical questions that you might like to ask of Michael or Gary, please.
Yep, thank you for that. Any questions thanks for the presentation. It was a great day going down the other day too. I hear the road's a bit windy on the way down. But no, it's a special place, isn't it? And it's keeping that balance between special and popular is a key part of this master plan. So and safety of the residents and use of it. So any questions for Michael? No? It looks like you've done a pretty good job, didn't you? So thanks for that.
Thank you.
Everyone happy with the recommendations that have been put? Yep. We've already got a mover in the second row. I want to put that to the vote. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Well
Just wanted one to address now that crowd has been informed, it's just to address the.
Yep. Look, we got. You want to stand up there or what? Down there if you want.
Yeah, we have to feel good for nothing like coming down and visiting and have us annoyed and affirm or discuss plan. Now, then, I think, yeah, approve. And then if we got one team plan, that's what the with council and anybody else, agency that needs to get out here in the. Right. Yeah, could that? They are like my. Former student, Nathan. Well. You're up, Nathan. And I said, that's what in a nutshell, place to start, the got to this place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
We'll check down here.
Yeah, thank you very much. You're
coming.
Thank you.
All right.
Here.
Yes.
Stacey, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, she's official Katie.
Welcome to back.
Thanks, Gary. Move on, page 93.
Who's the fellow at the back? The fishing.
No, it's the guy.
Oh, they get that left.
He's out.
Oh, why how big Coast Guard?
No,
Ah,
he's out.
Oh,
well,
he's from Coast Guard for Perky.
you're going to listen to the, yeah, Lisa.
Yeah.
Who takes care of our pool down at college too.
Oh, okay.
Does all the hard work and
Yeah.
Wow.
What was his name?
Yes.
I'll catch up later. Thank you. Page 93,
Yes.
nomination for this one. Nomination of Tina Henson, endorsement for alternate controller. This, I'll move the second, and I'll hand it over to.
Yeah, thank you, Worship. This report and the next report around the recovery manager obviously relate to our civil defence responsibilities. There's been vacancies in these two important positions for a long period of time. It's fantastic to now have some nominations from staff to fill these vacancies. So yeah, really open to any queries, questions. It's fantastic to have nominations for these vacancies currently.
Okay.
They will go through the appropriate training in that's required for these roles. And the next process will be going through to civil defence, State Attorney for their endorsement through the joint committee. Take any questions?
No, it's great to see him. We've been got a lonely figure at the moment just in that space. So it'd be nice for Antoinette to have some other people there. So it's not just us sitting up late at night on a wet and windy night. Yeah, and I just Syl's team has been in that role. She's tracked quite a few emergencies by the end of it. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but she's very capable of doing it. So any questions? Or we might as well vote straight away on that. The recommended option, everyone happy? Right. All those in favour? Aye. Against? Gary, thank you very much. I take it Tina doesn't know.
She's well aware.
Our move on to 97. The other second part of this. So I'll move this if I can have a seconder, please. And I'll hand it back over.
Yeah, thank you, Worship. Similarly, it's fantastic to seek endorsement for Peter Edwards and Annette Monday as recovery manager and alternate recovery manager. Again, these roles have been vacant for a period of time, so it's fantastic to have some nominations to fill these vacancies. Both have good experience and are keen and eager to fill these roles, so a good outcome.
Thank you. So we're doing option 1. We'll vote for them.
Yep.
Everyone happy with that? Yep. Any questions? Well, we'll vote on this one too. It's a pretty simple answer, I think. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll move on to page 102. I'll move this. If I can have a second, please. The chief executive's update.
I'll second.
Hand it over again.
Yeah, thank you, Worship. As usual, lots going on in the sector. Lots of connecting with stakeholders. And a couple of highlights I'd like to make. One is I really appreciate the opportunity to meet with the Chief Executive Performance Committee. It's good to have that connection and feedback and check in on how I'm performing and getting the feedback. It was positive feedback received, which is welcome. So thank you very much for that. The drop-in sessions, unfortunately, I missed the Takata drop-in session due to one of my daughters being unwell, but I heard it was really good and it was awesome to be able to go to the Apoteiki drop-in sessions. And just like to acknowledge and thank DIA for sending a representative to be part of those drop-in sessions and assisting whānau with any queries relating to rates rebates. That was positively received. And then also just some training. Training is all part of continuing the journey of developing. And on the 29th, we had a Te Ao Māori for Professionals session on pronunciation. It was quite an enjoyable session with a number of staff to learn on our appropriate pronunciation of the Te Ao Māori language. So it's just some little highlights over that time. Happy to take any queries.
Thank you for that.
Did that inquiry about recording about our landfill location and status? What was that about?
It's most likely just questions, and I'm not sure if it's just specific to a Portiki. It's most likely, but I can come back to you on that. But most likely just to check in on locations.
It's quite nice to see those are down a bit.
Yes.
On normal, because
Yeah.
often used to be a full page of them.
Yeah, I must acknowledge staff for the efforts that put in keeping these actions.
Extra work on top of everything else they do. All right, hey, thanks for that. Any other questions for CEO? Everyone must be pretty happy. So
Oh, sorry, there was just one last thing, unfortunately, in the recommendation. So just to acknowledge that Deputy Mayor Brown will be attending the conference and should be reimbursing us for the costs. So just to acknowledge that, and that is also included in the recommendation.
So we better behave ourselves.
That's why I'm going.
My mic's on.
When is the conference?
Pardon?
July. Oh,
Yeah.
It's a little bit earlier, I think. Yeah, because of the elections. So interesting one. All right. Well, that vote, all those in favour?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much. And then I'll move on to information to exclude the public. All those in favour?
Aye.
Thanks, Kerry, thank you.
It's getting shorter and shorter. Good, yeah.
We've got 10 minutes.
Well, those workshops we've got.
Just I think once so importance.